Hey there, welcome to the Nomadic Owl Oracle. My name is Jessica, and this is going to be the zodiac sign Aquarius's reading for the month of February 2019. I do apologize for the late delay, guys. I actually had already recorded you one a couple days ago, but apparently it completely disappeared from YouTube. So I don't know what the hell happened, and I apologize about that. I apologize also that this is so late to come out. I was sick for over a week. Also, I was snowed in, so I had a lot of shit happening at one time, and I am so sorry about that, guys. So, I do want to point out a few things before I start your reading. This is a general reading. It's not going to apply to everybody, so keep that in mind. When I do my readings, they are done on energy basis. They are not done specifically with any sex in mind, so take it as it resonates to you. This is not going to pertain to specifically love, career, finances, anything like that. This is solely for whatever it resonates in your life at this time. If this doesn't resonate with you, please check your sun, moon, and rising sign to see what I can give you for that information as well. Not always are these going to resonate with you. It's for whoever needs it the most at that time, whatever messages want to come through. Apparently, the message that I recorded the other day wasn't supposed to be seen by other than just me. I don't fucking know. It was really weird. It was a 25-minute reading that completely disappeared. But anyways, as you've already probably noticed, I do cuss at times. If that's not something that you're okay with, I would highly suggest clicking off of this, because when I do my readings, I like to talk to you just as I would talk to my friends. I want to make sure that I'm being completely real with you and authentic, because I don't want to portray myself as being something that I'm not. I do this solely to help people and try to give them the insight that they might need into situations, because we've all had times that we need help. Another thing that I want to point out is that this reading energy is timeless. So this might apply during the time that you're watching it, prior to watching it, or after watching it. Please keep that in mind as well. I do pre-shuffle the cards and sit and meditate with them prior to doing the reading. I like to do that so I get any intuitive insight that I'm given from my guides and creator prior to me doing the reading. Another thing is I like to not shuffle online. I hate when I watch readings and the person sits there for over 5 minutes shuffling cards. Me personally, that gets on my nerves. So, without any further delay, I'm going to start your reading. And first, I give you my intuitive take into the cards. Then from there, I read from the book to give you the most thorough reading I possibly can. So for the first card that you have for the month of February, you have Shipwreck Siren. So this card, guys, is talking about being cautious, knowing that if you don't pay attention to what's going on, you're going to end up in a bad situation. So you can avoid the shipwreck. You can avoid the chaos and the conflict if you are keeping your mind on what's going on around you, being open-minded, keeping your eyes open, because, you know, sometimes we might be led astray by others or situations, not realizing the impact of what it's going to have on our life. So it's telling you at this time to make sure that you're being aware of what's going on around you. The next card that you have for the overall energy of the month is Stranded. This card is talking about, you are isolating yourself away from people unnecessarily. Maybe you think that they don't like you. Maybe you think that, people are going to see you different if you say what's going on with you, some circumstance like that. But you're putting limitations on a situation that you really shouldn't be. You should be more at a point where you're willing to let others speak their opinion to you and accept that. Don't be so on guard at this time regarding situations, because what it might do is it's isolating you away from the people that care about you and the people that want to help you. That could be for work, love, friendship, families, whatever the hell the case may be. You'll know if this applies to you. I do want to point out also, I keep seeing my animals move in the background. Excuse me, I'm like hiccuping. I keep seeing my animals move in the background. So that's my dog, Maya. She's laying on the couch, obviously. And then my cats might come through at some point. I do have a very small house, so I apologize if you see them moving around and stuff. But this is me and my animals. So anyways, for the energies that you had the overall energies. That's what it is. And then you have these other cards that are going to be telling you what's going on during the actual month, okay? So for the next card that you have is The Song of the Siren, it says the call, summoning voice, and to acknowledge. However, guys, it was in the reverse. So with this being in the reverse, it talks about you're scared to speak your piece. You're scared to say what you're feeling or what you're experiencing because you don't think others are going to be open to it. You're not realizing that maybe people care more than you think they do. Maybe people want to help you more than what you're aware of. Maybe you're not seeing things as they truly are. It's telling you that you need to stop keeping things held in and speak your piece. Say what you need to say. Be honest. Don't try to portray yourself as something you're not. The next thing that you have as a clarifier was the experiments. And it says manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, and arrogance. So this card right here, guys, is talking about how we as humans, not all of us, but some of us, manipulate people, things, animals to our own benefit. We think that it should be one way when it shouldn't. It's not that way. And so we try to change it. We try to step in. Like, for example, people plant plants that are non-native to an area, not realizing the impact that it's going to have on the environment. Or people get, medical procedures done to make their butt bigger or make them have big ass lips and, fucking fake ass eyebrows and all that shit. Some people do it, whatever. I don't know. It's not me, but that's what this is talking about. It's talking about love yourself as who you are. Love things as what they are instead of trying to force them or a person or yourself to be something that you're not. Right now is a time to be authentic within yourself, authentic in relationships, and not make something fake. Make it real. When things are real, the right people are going to stick around. But when you're being fake and you're acting like you're something you're not, or you're portraying yourself as being something you're not, it's going to cause you even more stress in the situation. Then the last clarifier that you have is the present, and that stands for gift, treasure, revelation of own value, and the nowness. So this card is talking about, guys, somebody that might be friend, love, family, coworker, whatever the case may be. They want to offer you a present. They want to help you. And what's going to happen is you have to be open to what people are offering you. It could be advice. It could be something physical, like a tangible gift. It could be something that's intangible, like experience and knowledge and wisdom, something like that. But whoever it is, and whatever the case may be, they're trying to give you a present. They're trying to help you. And they see you struggling, and they want to be there for you. Be open to this. Don't block it, because if you block it from what it truly is, then you're going to make a situation that could be avoided go in the wrong direction, okay? Yes, it's hard to admit we need help sometimes. Yes, it's hard to admit that somebody's giving you something and you can't give them anything in return. But this is a time to not only receive, but also to give. So give appreciation. Give your knowledge that, hey, thank you so much for helping me. This means so much to me. Whatever the case may be, you'll know what it applies to. Then for the final outcome of the month, what you have is the Selkie and her skin. It says reclaiming your authenticity. So with this card, it's talking about, you're going through all this shit, right? So you're about to go into a really bad place. You've isolated yourself away from things. And if you don't see stuff and admit how they truly are, it's going to cause you more conflict. You need to voice your opinions. You need to say what's going on, because you're adapting yourself to be something you're not with these other cards. Accept the help from others. Accept the present that they're offering to give you. And with this last card, the overall outcome, it's talking about being your true self. Don't let anyone try to make you into something you're not. You know who you are. You know who you authentically want to be. So don't let a situation, a person, a relationship, whatever the case may be, change you and make you into something you're not. So it's time to step into your true self, into your true abilities, and be that 100%. That is what this is saying intuitively. So now, guys, I am going to show you the decks that I'm using, just so you know, and then I'll read from the books the actual meanings of these cards, okay? So for the first deck that I'm using, it's called the Myths and Mermaids, Oracle of the Water. Then the second deck that I'm using is the Oracle of the Mermaids. The reason I'm using these two decks for the month of February is because February is all about love and emotions and passion and all that shit. So when I think of a mermaid, since I don't have any love decks right now, I think of, beings that embody passion, sexuality, love, things like that. When you think of water in the like in the tarot card world, water is all about emotions, feelings, love, compassion, things like that. So that's why I use these decks, guys. So now I'm going to read from the book the actual meanings of these cards, and if I get anything else intuitively, I will give you that information as well, okay? So for the first card, you have Shipwreck Siren. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see it without the glare, because it's kind of bright outside if you can't tell. And my lighting is all fucking weird in here, so I apologize. So for Shipwreck Siren, it says, exercise your discipline. Soon your willpower will be tested, and you will have to employ great discipline to make it through the rough seas ahead. Just like Ulysses was tested by the siren song, you shall have to still yourself against great temptation. This is a time to prove to the world that you are made of stronger stuff and can withstand whatever is thrown your way. Maintain a strict schedule, moderate your consumptions, curb your appetites, and be prepared to be tested when you least expect it. Take some time to contemplate the vices you are most susceptible to and where you might be weak. If you maintain discipline, focus, and dedication to your goals and ideals, you will sail through the tough times with your head held high, and you will be stronger, healthier, and because of it. So it's saying to be honest with yourself, okay? What can cause you to go astray? What could cause you problems in the future? See it as what it is, not as what you want it to be. You got to be realistic with yourself. Otherwise, you're going to cause yourself to be in a worse place than what you might have been had you take notice, So then the second overall energy that you had for the month was stranded. Okay, I'm trying. There you go. So for stranded, guys, it's saying stop isolating yourself. You may feel deserted, but it is a self-imposed isolation. What you see as rejection is all in your mind. Others are not avoiding you. You are avoiding them at this time, preemptively preventing them from rejecting you. It is not healthy to avoid relationships and interactions for fear of losing a loved one or of becoming embarrassed. It is time to step off the island you've created for yourself and join the rest of society. Make contact with a friend you have been avoiding. Go back to the classes and meetings you bowed out of, and wisely invest in new modes of communication so that you can talk once again with the world. The world is waiting for you. It is up to you to take the first step. So what this is saying to you guys is it's a time for you to maybe step outside of your comfort zone. You have kind of like buffered yourself and distanced yourself and isolated yourself away from situations and people and things because you were scared of how they would see you. You were scared of how they would react to you, maybe. We all have times where we want people to approve us and approve of who we are, even though we might put on a front to act like we're something we're not. Now is not that time. Now is a time to be your authentic self and step into that. Get back out in the world. Be around people. Stop putting these self-imposed prisons and bars around yourself. Get out of the fucking box, okay? Yes, our society thinks that this is great and that's great, but you know what? You got to be you. You got to do you, boo, all right? So the next card that you have as the first clarifier was the Song of the Siren. And like I said, it says the call, summoning voice to acknowledge. However, guys, like I said, it was in the reverse. So bear with me 1 second while I look this one up in this book. Okay, so in the reverse it says, staying quiet, believing you cannot sing. This silence is impacting on you energetically, if I can fucking read. I am so sorry. So it says you are inhibiting your own energetic expression and refusing to explore this beauty you have within you, stifling the sound that you make, a great longing to sing, but believing that songs and singing are for only a few, or that you have to be good, or telling yourself it would be uncool to do what you want to do. There have been times when others have stifled and covered up your sounds, but now it is you who is silencing yourself. Please allow your sound to flow. for the words, and the right meaning will follow. Fear of singing or speaking up as attention frightens you. Remember, you are not doing this for attention, but be fully alive and to be in flow of the energy that is all around you. Sometimes if this card is reversed, it can mean that you are finally singing, but intimidating excuse me. Yeah, hold on. I can't say words right now, guys. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. You're imitating another. I apologize about that. I don't know where the fuck that came from and why my words did not want to flow. Sorry about that. So do not judge yourself harshly, but strive and seek your own quality and tone. It will come, and its authenticity and unique timbre will be beautiful. So it's saying to you, you got to be your true self, man. This shit has been all about that. Stop trying to be worried about what other people think. The right people are going to want to be around you. The ones that don't matter are the ones that are going to want you to change and act like you're something you're not. If people don't accept you for who you are, then maybe they're not the people to be around, you know? Because sometimes I know in the past, like I used to want people's approval and I wanted people's affections and stuff. And sometimes I would try to act like I was something I wasn't when I was younger. And it really, all it did in the end was hurt me because I was never truly able to be myself. I was always trying to be what other people wanted me to be. And the day that I started like focusing on, hey, fuck that shit. That is not who I am. This is who I am. And you either accept me or you don't. Sometimes you got to be like that, guys. And I know that it's hard at times and it's hard to get that voice. That's what it's saying to you. You have to have your voice and be yourself no matter what. Because you know what? You are in control of yourself. You're in control of your feelings and your emotions and how you react to things. Don't let people break you down. Don't make people doubt you because you know who you are, okay? So stand strong and fuck these motherfuckers, that are trying to hurt you and hinder you. They're not worth their time. It's not okay for people to pull you down on that kind of level. And I don't want to go into preaching, but I'm just going to be like this, man. My childhood, I went through this. The whole time I was a kid, I went through this. I was never good enough, and I always tried to act like something I wasn't. So I don't want to get emotional, guys, but be yourself, okay? Don't let anybody try to tell you you're not good enough, okay? Sorry. So the next card that you have was experiments, and it says manipulation of fear, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, and arrogance. So guys, this card that you have is talking all about trying to change things from what they truly are. It says looking into GM food, cosmetics, products, and food sources developed with genetic manipulation and experimentation. All experiences are not bad, but many are cruel. It says, when humans use other creatures for their own selfish purposes, they lose the very part of themselves that is most beautiful and noble. Many claim ignorance or have been persuaded that experimenting on animals is necessary for human health and well-being. You are now awakening and seeing the connections between all life forms. You are awakening to the wrongness of seeking to understand something by taking it apart, and most often without consent, separating families, tribes, colonies of creatures for purposes that are selfish and cruel. This took place in Atlantis, and the mermaids witnessed this, with the creatures of Lemuria and the animals who were often torn apart on tables as if they were unable to feel anything. We need to step in, all of us, and change that. It's happening again. That's why we're talking to you now. So, accept the fact that you are in a situation is what it is. Don't try to manipulate it and make it and force it to be something that it's not. It's pretty much what it's saying to you. Be real. Don't be some fake ass shit like our society wants people to be. Be you, boo. All right? Be you. And don't let anybody try to take that away from you. Okay? Like, for real. I don't want to go into this because that was making me emotional as fuck. I can feel what you're going through. And I am so sorry that you guys are in this situation, whatever the case may be. But you're going to come out of it. Just listen and heed this knowledge that it's trying to give you. The universe, creator, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, whatever the hell you call them, they are here with you. They don't want you to continue this, to hurt yourself, to feel isolated, to feel like you're not good enough, because you are good enough and you do deserve love and you deserve to be respected, regardless of what other people think, regardless of how they see you. You are human. You deserve to be here and be acknowledged and be honored. Okay. Sorry, guys. So then the last clarifier that you have is the present. And the present is talking about, a gift that you're going to be getting, treasure, revelation of your own value, and nowness. So with this card, guys, it's saying there will be either a gift given or a gift received, but there can be no true gift without, without being equal. When energy is exchanged, bonds grow closer and connection is deepened. I apologize that I cannot talk today. I have been on antibiotics and they're making me kind of freaking loopy, and I am so sorry, guys. The exchange of gifts may also be about giving of time and energy to each other, shifting and moving away from a typical kind of work for pay into a more flexible system of exchange and caretaking. Friends will offer to do things for you, and before you feel beholden to them or hesitate to accept because you do not wish to be a burden, remember the joy of the gift that is given. And a gift cannot be given unless there is a true connection. The gift, when the gift card is upright, comes from a pure and good place. It is joyful, and it is given to the very best of intentions. It will draw you closer and create even more intimacy and trust in your relationship with this person. A beautiful sense of partnership will evolve out of what seems like a simple act of generosity. The exchange will never end. It is a bond forged beyond time. And as long as there is love, caring, and trust, the energy grows and ripples out into the world. So it's saying, be open to others. Be open to others that want to help you, whether it's loves, romance, friendships, whatever the case may be. Be open. Don't feel bad for needing help. Look, I just want to be honest, okay? I isolated myself from people for a very long time, for almost 2 years. And it was because I went through a really hard time, and I didn't want people to judge me and see me in a negative light for what I had happened to me. And I was really hard on myself. I got really depressed. I was really just not in a good place. Some of you guys might know it as what's called the dark night of the soul. That was fucking me for like 2 years. And it was a really hard place to be in. It was really hard to accept the feelings I was feeling, because I'm not the type of person that gets depressed and stays in that funk for a long period. But I did. And it came in waves. And it was like, I got to a point at one point where I just cried every day. I'll be honest with you. And I needed help, but I was too proud to accept help, and I didn't want to ask for it. So that's what it's saying, is if you're in a place where you need help, you have plenty of people that care about you. You are not alone. You are alone because you're choosing to be alone, just like I was. When I came out of my thing was because I started forcing myself to be around people, because I was in such a dark place, guys. I'm not even lying. And that's not like me. So some circumstances, situations, relationships put us in that kind of spot and put us to where we feel bad about ourselves. So one thing that I will tell you before I go to your final outcome for the month is what you think about, you bring about. So try to focus on what you want to bring into your life instead of all the hardships and all the shit that you've already been through. Try to let go of the negative. It's hard as fuck, man. Believe me, I know it's hard as fuck. But know that the work that you're putting into yourself, these affirmations, things that you're doing to try to change your behavior to bring you into a better place, they're going to be worth it. And over a period of time, you will see the results of how much it's changed once you start taking the initial steps. It takes time to change a situation. It takes time to get on your feet. Believe me, I know, man. Okay, I know I don't want to get too personal, but I know. I'm seeing this reading, and it's like I'm reading for myself a few years ago. So I understand. You are not alone. Please remember that. Okay? So the last card that you guys have for your final outcome is the Selkie and her skin. It says reclaiming your authenticity. So that card is talking about you got to be honest with yourself. Be honest with others. Be who you are without zero fucks given. People are going to judge you. They're not going to like you no matter what the fuck you do. People are going to get upset. People are going to think that you should do things this way, that way, whatever the case may be. This is your fucking life, okay? This is your life, not theirs. Do not let them dictate what happens in your life unless that's something that you are okay with. So sometimes you have to put your foot down and be like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. No, you're not going to tell me that this is the way it is when I know that it's this way, okay? So that's pretty much what this is talking about before I even read the meaning, okay? So the meaning says, if this card has come to you, it's time to dance, to be free, and to join with groups of women who wish to simply be. Free to dance under the moonlight, free of dogma, and even of political correctness. So guys, keep in mind, it's all about energy. I know it says women, but it could be men too if you're a dude, or it could be men even if you're a woman. Whatever the case may be, you'll know what it applies to when you watch this. It says a time without children, without relationships, and without other couples around you. The joys of being single or of being free. A time to leave family and partners for a while, to claim your sea skin back. Choose safe environments. Do not trust people who come to you at this time and want to take care of you. It says this may be code for wishing to capture you. So it's talking about don't let people have so much control in it. Don't put yourself in codependent relationships or situations where you depend on this person to do everything for you. Things, for it to flow evenly, has to be equal. It has to be stable. It has to be grounded. Otherwise, you're going to have power conflicts and all kinds of things like that. So it says, do not trust people, like I said. I'm going to read it again. Do not trust people who come to you at this time and want to take care of you. This may be code for wanting to capture you. Go to a place where you are among your own gender, where you can be nurtured by contact with your own kind. Find a sacred place to visit and commit to a regular time out in a safe haven. It is now time for you to support and encourage the freedom of other humans and creatures. When we do this, our own freedom becomes more natural to us. Make a donation for soul conservation. That's what it says. Do not support practices or companies that benefit from seal hunts that still take place. Visit the lands and the legend of the Orkney Islands in the far north of Scotland, Iceland, the Scandinavians, Northern Ireland, and her cold seas. Or travel in visions, past life memories, and dreams, and set your Selkie's self free. So a Selkie is a type of seal that it's talking about in this reading. So it's saying be who you are, be true to yourself. You know, I hope that all this helped you guys. If you'd like to schedule a personal reading, you can contact me on here or also on my Facebook page, which is the Nomadic Owl Oracle. Also, guys, I will be doing the monthlies for March here within the next week, hopefully. I am about to post the mid-month readings for the elements. So I'm going to do you guys first because I took so long to do the normal monthlies for you guys. And I apologize about that. Like I said, I had a lot of shit happening at one time and it was kind of chaotic. But I hope that you guys got something from this, that this helped you. And I'm always here if you need me. You are not alone. You are loved. Remember that. And I will see you guys next month. If this resonates, please like, share, and subscribe. And bye, guys.